Good morning, everybody. This is Stephen Pugh of the Home Bible College. It's September the 8th, and we're looking at Proverbs chapter 6 and 7. And the Proverbs from the Father to the Son continue, and he's giving sound advice. Sound advice. Let's read it together. He says, "My son, if thou be surety for thy friend, if thou hast stricken thy hand with a stranger, thou art snared with the words of thy mouth. Thou art taken with the words of thy mouth. Do this now, my son, deliver thyself. When thou art come into the hand of thy friend, go, humble thyself, and make sure thy friend. Give not sleep to thine eyes, nor slumber to thine eyelids. Deliver thyself as a roe from the hand of the hunter, and as a bird from the hand of the fowler." What he's saying is, look, do not go to strangers and do a deal, a business deal. Don't go to strangers and do a business deal, because if you do that, then you will have captured yourself with your own mouth. He says, deliver yourself, humble yourself, and don't rest until you've delivered yourself out of the trap that you've got yourself into. Verse 6, he speaks about sloth. He says, "Go to the ant, thou sluggard. Consider her ways and be wise. They have no guide, overseer, or ruler, and yet provideth her meat in the summer, and gathereth her food in the harvest. How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep?" Verse 10, classic phrase, "Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. So shall thy poverty come as one that travaileth, and as want as an armed man." A naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with a froward mouth. He winketh with his eyes. He speaketh with his feet. He teacheth with his fingers. Frowardness is in his heart. He deviseth mischief continually. He soweth discord. And therefore shall his calamity come suddenly. Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy. Wow. Now this is all serious stuff. He's advising his son. He's saying, look, there's lots of man traps. There's lots of things that you can get into. You can get into foolish business relationships. You can get into the habit of doing nothing and just sleeping. He said you need to get up and wake up and work. Now verse 16 is 16, 17 and 18 now. This is a classic phrase too. He says, "These 6 things doth the Lord hate, yea, 7 are an abomination unto him." Now we should take notice when things like this are said. When the word abomination is said, then we need to sit up and listen. He says, a proud look, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked imaginations, feet that are swift in running to mischief, a false witness that speaks lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren. Wow. Now, by the way, that last one, he that soweth discord among brethren, we need to just be aware of that phrase. It doesn't mean that all conflict is bad. What it means is that this is a wicked person. This is a person who does it deliberately. This is the sociopath. This is the person who enjoys getting people against each other. It's not about those who righteously contend for the truth, because that, of course, is a scriptural command. But this is a person who speaks lies, and he sets one person against another. And then he goes on, he talks about keeping the law. Let's go right on down the passage. There is just so much to say about that. He talks then about adultery. He says, verse 27, can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burnt? Can one go upon hot coals and his feet are not burnt? He that goeth in to his neighbour's wife, whosoever toucheth her shall not be innocent. Men do not despise a thief if he steal to satisfy his soul when he's hungry. But if he's caught, then he will restore sevenfold. He will give all the substance of his house. But whoso committeth adultery with a woman, he lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. He will not regard any ransom. You see, the husband that comes for you, he says, he won't want any gifts from you. He won't want any money from you. He will come after you, and there will be nothing that you can give that will satisfy him. Wow, that's a severe and a strong warning, isn't it? Then Proverbs chapter 7. Let's read some of this. He says, my son, keep my words, lay up my commandments with thee. Keep my commandments and live, and my law as the apple of thine eye. He says, say to wisdom, thou art my sister. Call understanding thy kinswoman, that they may keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger which flattereth with her words. For at the window of my house I looked through my casement, and beheld amongst the simple ones. I discerned among the youths a young man void of understanding. Passing through the street, he tells the story. He went the way of her house, in the twilight and in the evening, in the black and dark night, and behold, there he met a woman with the attire of a harlot, and subtle of heart. She is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house. Now is she without in the streets, and lieth in wait on every corner. She caught him and kissed him with an impudent face, said to him, I have peace offerings with me. This day have I paid my vows. So she's pretending to be a righteous person, but she's doing at the same thing the most wicked thing. She entices him into the house. She shows all the glories that she's got, all the beautiful tapestries and the perfumes, and he's enticed by her. She says to him, come and lie with me, she says. The good man of the house has gone on a long journey with lots of money. He won't be back. Verse 22, he goeth after her straightway as an ox goes to the slaughter, or as a fool to the correction of the stocks, till a dart strike through his liver, as a bird hasteth to the snare, knoweth not that it is for his life. Hearken unto me now, therefore, O ye children, attend to the words of my mouth. Let not thine heart decline to her ways, nor go astray in her paths. For she hath cast down many wounded, yea, many strong men have been slain by her. And now my password is verse 27. It says, her house is the way to hell, going down to the chambers of death. Wow. What he's saying is this: adultery, it leads to death. Under the old covenant, if a person was found to be an adulteress, then they went into execution. And so this is severe teaching, severe warnings from father to son. I don't know how many fathers ever sit down with their boys and explain all this. I'm not sure. This is an educational system. It is a system of knowledge and understanding and wisdom which every boy needs to learn. But especially in this context, it was in the commandments of the Lord in the Old Covenant. Remember that we're not in Christian teaching. It's Proverbs chapter 7 says, "My son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee. Keep my commandments and live, and my law as the apple of thine eye." There you are. It's great to speak to you each day. Look forward to catching up with you again tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.